Happy Sunday. I have an embarrassing story that I think a life lesson could be gleaned from. I'm gonna need to put the camera down for this one. This happened to me yesterday, so it's still so fresh in my mind and emotional memory. Basically, here's what happened. I was down in Dumbo, which stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass, and it's this really pretty place in downtown Brooklyn that's on the water's edge, so you have a great view of Manhattan. And I was down there filming a TikTok. Because I was down there filming a TikTok, I was basically recording on this camera that I'm recording on now. See? This camera. Along with this bendy tripod. The camera is mounted on top of this thing, and when you have this bendy tripod with a DSLR camera and a mic on it, it does somewhat give off the impression that you know what you're doing. Which I don't. Anyway, whatever. I was down there, I was getting some shots for the TikTok, and I needed this cool shot of the skyline. So like, there's a walkway along the river's edge, and there was a cool place where I could mount my camera on the railing to get a cool shot of the city. Well, that's also a popular spot for people to come take pictures, especially Instagram girls. So there I was. I had set my camera up on the railing, and I pointed towards Manhattan. I was getting this nice, this cool looking shot. Sure enough, lo and behold, these two pretty girls come up to the railing to take pictures, and they're taking a couple pictures, and they kind of look over at me because I'm standing there with this weird looking thing just waiting for my camera to record that thing. It was awkward. Anyway, they're taking their pictures, I finished recording, I'm taking my camera off the railing, and one of them comes over to me and says, "Excuse me, do you mind just taking a quick picture for us?" And then she said this, which this is everything. She said, "Excuse me, do you mind taking a quick picture for us? You look like you know what you're doing." And I had a choice there. I could say one of two things. I could either say, I don't know what I'm doing. Or I could go, oh yeah, for sure. And I went with the latter, which was stupid. The problem with that is that I like making videos. Does that mean I'm a good photographer? No. So, I proceed to take these girls' pictures with their iPhone that they handed me. And they were gosh awful pictures. They were terrible pictures. It was a bad picture. And I hand the phone back to the girl, and she and her friend take a look at them. And her friend looks at them and goes, "Oh, yeah, that's not bad." It was so embarrassing. Because they were bad pictures. They were bad pictures. And it could have been avoided if I had just said like, I'm not a good photographer. Because if I had just said like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then taken the pictures and they were bad pictures and given them back to her, at the very least, I just wouldn't look like a stinking idiot. Oh my gosh. If I had just said, just because I'm holding this camera does not mean that I know how to take pictures, then it wouldn't have been embarrassing because I would have given a disclaimer. Like the look on the girl's friend's face. Her friend's face went like this. Could have been avoided. Could have been avoided. And maybe you're thinking like, it's not that big of a deal, Zeke. Like you didn't have to, before taking a picture, say like, by the way, I'm not a good photographer. But the thing is, I knew what I was doing. I knew that I had a choice to respond in the two ways. I could either say like, I don't know what I'm doing, or I could just be like, oh yeah, sure. And I totally know why I didn't do that, because on the one hand, I think that there's a healthy and important sense of self-confidence that you need to have. Like, it is good to know your worth and to know the value that you can offer and bring to people. So that's one thing. But then I think if you're not careful, it can stray into arrogance. And on the side of humility, I think it is good to be humble and to practice humility. But if you're not careful, it could stray into self-degradation, which isn't good either, and that's unhealthy. There's some sort of a golden mean here that I think is worth discovering. I think here's the key point and the key thing to take away. At the end of the day, it is worth improving your photography skills just a little bit so that when a pretty girl sticking asks you to take her picture, you can take the picture and it doesn't look gosh awful, so that her friend says, oh, yeah, that's not bad. That's it for this stinking video. I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around. Life is good, eternal life is better. I will see you day after tomorrow. Bye. The end of August always feels like the end of summer for me. So we really kind of just have one full week left of summer. So let's make the most of this next week. And I will see you day after tomorrow.